Hi everyone! A few weeks ago I mentioned the hipster camera right here, the Pentax K1000. Today is a different day, and behold the mighty Exakta Varex from 1951. I would call it the steampunk camera. Let's check this out. When you think about it, the Exakta Varex is a very important camera. Back in 1936, Ihagee, which is the name brand of Exakta cameras, they introduced the Ihagee Exakta, which was the first 35mm film SLR camera in the world. And in 1950 they introduced the Exakta Varex, which was somehow an upgraded version of the Ihagee Exakta, and this time you could use a different viewfinder, especially a prism, making this camera not only just a camera but a whole system. The previous owner of this camera, Roland, who gave it to me, bought it in 1951, and back then it was a lot of money and considered to be something luxurious and very efficient, professional camera. It's probably the quirkiest camera in the world. I mean, look at it, the triangular shape. And what struck me when I saw one for the first time is that everything's in reverse. You see the shutter button, the winding lever, they're on the left side of the camera. And on the right side you have a knob that acts as the self-timer and also the slow speed governor. And about the slow speed, there's something really interesting about this. These are mechanical slow speeds, just like many cameras, but this one, it goes up to 12 seconds. Well, to set it up, you just turn the knob to the B mode. You wind up the knob up to here, a certain amount of seconds, and look at that. Yeah, all mechanical. Something that's worth mentioning is the existence inside the film compartment of this film cutter. Let's imagine you are shooting a color film and you don't want to waste the whole roll of film because you only took, let's say, 10 or 12 pictures. Well, this film cutter allows you to cut the film and to process it later. That's probably the coolest thing I've ever seen inside a camera. The camera is sadly in a pretty rough shape. You see, Roland used it from 1951 up till 1992, and this camera literally traveled the world, taking thousands of pictures. It's still working though. All these pictures you see, I've taken them with the Exakta. Ihagee never made lens themselves. They outsourced the production of the lens from different manufacturers. This one has a Zeiss Tessar, but I've seen Exaktas with Schneider Krusnak, Steinheil, or like this one, the Ingenieur 90mm 2.5. A wonderful lens, wonderful for portraits. One thing you don't have to worry about in this camera is the battery compatibility. There is no battery. No battery needed. In fact, there is no light meter. Everything has to be done either by your own intuition, which is not very difficult, could be the subject of another video, or an external light meter. You see, the Exakta Varex was a top-of-the-line camera in 1950, but the competition didn't wait to introduce competitors to this mighty camera. In a way, it was just a souped-up version of a 1936 model, the Ihagee Exakta, and as soon as 1954, the German company Virgin introduced the Dixa Reflex, which is presented here. And obviously the Japanese camera manufacturers came up with ideas like the Ihagee Flex in 1954, Minolta came out, Orion, then Miranda, and in 1959 it was Nikon with the mighty Nikon F. So the logical move for Ihagee would be to produce a Varex Mark II to compete against the Japanese market. Well, they did that, but the Varex Mark II was just the same camera as the Varex, just a few minor cosmetic changes. And this camera felt outdated compared to the Japanese competition. And there we are, the Exakta camera. Well, in the words of Indiana Jones, it belongs in a museum. You see, it's very difficult to get them repaired. I don't know a lot of repair guys that are ready to tackle all the repairs and the CLA needed for it to work properly. I was lucky enough that Roland's camera was still in a very good condition, but most of them, they need some very difficult and harsh repairs. As you can see, it's blazing hot here. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. Would say thank you for watching, and I hope to see you next time. See you later, alligators. Hello, Miss Cow. What do you have to say to all of our viewers?
Subscribe to Dan's channel, hit the like button and leave a comment down below.
Wow, that is nice of you. Thank you, Mrs. Cow. Goodbye.